Hi, my name is Valerie Floyston. I'm going to talk to you today about the music video Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. Imagine this scene. A performer is singing in his music video about something vulgar that's cleverly disguised as some double entendre for something very inappropriate, but it's portrayed as something more innocent. As he's singing, he has scantily clad women dancing around him. Was the scene difficult to picture for you? For most of us? Probably not. It's very common now. We witness it on almost a daily basis in any music video spanning across many different genres. As a communication student studying gender roles in the media, I look forward to delving into this topic with you today. You may be thinking that this does not matter, or that it's not important to you because maybe you don't watch music videos that often, or the music videos you do watch don't fall into this category where they have inappropriate women in them. But that's not the case. This issue should be important to everyone because it impacts the entire society regardless of if it's something you watch or not. Blurred Lines is one of too many music videos today that devalues women and helps to create a society that is too lackadaisical about the portrayal of women as bitches. As we examine the video further, we will talk about three main issues. One is the term bitches and how it is derogatory and what role it plays in music of today. The roles of women in music videos today, and then finally we'll tie it all together with some specific examples from the actual video Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. But first, let's talk about the bitches. Trisha Rose says in her article, "There are bitches and hoes, that hip-hop celebrates women, the very women that they degrade." This is so true because in almost every hip-hop video, and sometimes other videos in different genres, you see women, the women who are the bitches, get to sail on nice yachts, they live in huge houses, they wear designer brands, and all they have to do is just be ready and willing whenever the pimp tells them to do, they just have to do it. The term bitch is very derogatory in my opinion, and it's a word that's commonly used in the hip-hop language of today. It's pretty much just like now it's just another word for women, but it becomes more commonplace, and women have also begun referring to themselves and other women as bitches, which kind of validates that it's okay to call women that, which I don't think is the case. Trisha Rose also says that some embrace bitch as a term of empowerment, and they try and kind of flip the meaning, which maybe they succeed in that, I'm not really sure, but I personally still think that it's an inappropriate way to refer to a woman because I think it's very disrespectful. This leads me to my next point, that society is too accepting of derogatory language and behaviors. In the video Dreamworlds 3 that we watched, it was mentioned that one of the reasons music videos utilize bad language and skimpy clothing is for the shock value, hoping to draw more viewers in, that some people just find it so shocking that they'll tell other people to watch, and then they make more money, which is the whole point of the music video industry. At least I think so. The problem with this is that as more and more artists are attempting to utilize this shock value and surprise their audiences, they're using the same tactics over and over of the naked women, the inappropriate language, and because so many people are using it now, it just becomes almost normal, and so it's not as shocking anymore, and so we just accept it as normal, which it's not. And so this leads us to be indifferent, which that's the core of the whole issue in the society, because by becoming indifferent, we're becoming accepting, and the social norms begin to change, and it just becomes acceptable to call a woman a bitch or to just use her as a prop in a music video. Dreamworlds 3 also gave a very accurate depiction of women's roles in music videos today, and it really does span across a lot of genres, which surprised me, because when I first started looking into it, I was like, oh, that's just hip-hop videos, like, I like country music, they would never do something like that, they're so much cleaner. But really, as I started looking through some different music videos, they use the same techniques, maybe not in as vulgar of a way, but they still utilize naked women in their videos, or a beautiful woman dressed down to almost nothing, really just for no purpose other than to show her body off. So that surprised me, and it really is true that it is across genres. If you think back to the beginning of the presentation when I had you imagine a music video, You didn't have really a hard time visualizing this image because it's everywhere today. Women in music videos are practically naked, submissive to the male, and waiting to offer their services or dancing around suggestively. And that's just the role that women play today, and it's just become normal for us. And many, if not all, of these situations we've discussed take place in Robin Thicke's video for Blurred Lines, most of them within the first 10 to 30 seconds of it. In the first 5 seconds, we see Robin Thicke in bed with a naked woman. So there's one. That's 5 seconds after that, the camera pans out to a shot of Thicke singing with 3 women dancing around him wearing, of course, nearly nothing. And then one of the lyrics says, "I know you want it," and Thicke speaking to a plethora of women telling them that he knows they want it, which brings us back to another idea mentioned in Dream World 3, where the women are just ravenous for sex at all times and are just waiting for someone to indulge them, which is not really that close to reality, but the music video industry tries to make it seem like that is normal, and that's what women are like. Another lyric says, "You are the hottest bitch in this place," and that relates back to Trisha Rose's point that pimps, in this case I guess Thicke would be the pimp, need a bitch, and that the phrase is used loosely with no regard for possible negative comments. And I mean, he calls the girl hot and tries to pull it off as, like, as we talked about earlier, embracing the term and trying to use it as a term of empowerment. Oh, you're the hot bitch, but that's not very respectful. I'd rather have someone, he could say you're beautiful or something instead. So he just uses the term loosely and has no regard for possible negative connotations. And the song lyrics continue to get more vulgar, mentioning many crude sexual acts as it continues. And I mean, this was in the first 30 seconds that I was able to pull out all these examples, so it's definitely not that hard to find today. And Blurred Lines is only one of many music videos that would have fit these criteria, which just goes to show how big of an issue this is in our society today. So in conclusion, you can see that the issue of a nonchalant society and how this aids, I should say, in the degradation of women today, whether it be by using crude or rude language or the excess of sexual language and behaviors in the music video worldwide, creating just an unrealistic standard. The problem is just easy to see, in my opinion, and I hope that you will be more actively engaged in the videos you are watching to be more aware of the subliminal messages they are sending and just not victim to the shock value. So, thank you for your attention.